Okay, hey y'all, I am back. So we're getting ready to talk about this movie right here, Say the Last Dance, because first of all, back in the day, that was my movie, and hold on, yeah, first of all, back in the day, that was my movie or whatever, and I don't know, I think this is just the only movie that I can think of that I can remember the whole movie like scene for scene or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're looking for a place that you can come to kind of get to kind of take a break from all of the lives that you typically see, like because when I know when I be on here, all the only type of lives I ever see is religion, politics, relationships, battle of the sexes. Like literally, sometimes you just need a good old healthy break, and just something that a good laugh is nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? I hope that how popular is this movie in terms of like it being fact? Because I know this is probably considered a chick flick because I don't only know about girls who like this movie or consider it a favorite of theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like I only know of girls who this is their shit. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we're just gonna get started because I ain't gonna play that game where I'm waiting for people to get up in here because I don't even know who pay attention to me being live with my notifications because I ain't never really been live. I was just now, but I wasn't. I don't know, just playing around with it, I guess. But now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna without further ado, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna do a little Say the Last Dance review, and I think what's cool about this is while I do the review for the people who are lovers of this movie, you know, I can interact with y'all. And you know what I'm saying? If today is a success, then I'm definitely gonna like get up here and do more. I'm gonna do more reviews on more movies. So y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what's up, okay? Okay. So anyway, without further ado, we're gonna get started. Okay, so like I said, I picked this movie because this is the movie that I can remember the most scene for scene or whatever, you know. So yeah. So anyway, the movie starts off with Sarah, homegirl right there. She I think she getting on the train or whatever. Was she getting on the train? No, she was getting ready to go to an audition or whatever. And she was asking her mama, and her mom was like, "No, somebody just called out. I'm the only one that can do it, but I'm gonna try to make it or whatever. Just go. I'll meet you there." And so Sarah goes. You know, I forgot how she found out. Her mama got into a car accident. I don't know. I kind of forgot. But anyway, she at the audition, and she looking for her mom when they get ready to call her name. She don't see her mama nowhere to be found, so they go ahead and call her name, and she's like, "I'm here," and she do her routine, but I think she messed up. She messed up or whatever. Did she mess up? I think she did. I don't know, but yeah, I think she messed up, and then she did it again. I think, and somewhere off in there in the mix, she ended up finding out what happened to her mama. Now, how do I feel about that? I'm gonna tell you something. I think if I had like a mom, a regular mom that I just love to death, because apparently Sarah seemed like she was a little bit spoiled by her mama. You know what I'm saying? Like she just give that she was kind of spoiled by her mama. So if you spoiled by your mama and you over here sweating her about coming to your audition, and you got this woman rushing to make sure she could beat her, and she dies trying to make it, and that's you find that out. I don't know. I mean, if you close with your mama, oh my God, I feel like it'll destroy you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you would always feel like it's your fault. And I don't know. I feel like for me, yeah, it probably wouldn't be no more ballet for me either, because it would make me think about the reason my mama ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it'll be no more ballet for me either. So I kind of understand that. I really do. I kind of understand that. So anyway, but yeah, so she find that out, and then I think that's when she was on the train. And the lady was like, oh no, that was the beginning. Okay, so they did like a flashback thing. Okay, I remember now. But yeah, so then they did they go back to the train? I can't remember. But let's just say that they did. And now remember, that's when I seen the lady. She was like, oh, you know, nice shoes. I used to dance, or do you dance or whatever? She was like, I used to. Sarah was like, I used to, whatever. But yeah, so anyway, she go over to her daddy's side of town. I think they in Chicago. Her daddy stay in Chicago. But yeah, so they go to the daddy side of town. The daddy is living trifling. Like he live in the ghetto. Like, if for all y'all who seen Coming to America, and Hakeem and his whoever they was, his assistant or whoever it was, came to Queens, and they went to they got like the raggediest apartment they could find. That's what it was giving. And of course, you know, the Wayans brothers with the was it Dance Flick, or was it one of the scary movies that they made fun of this movie? I think it was Dance Flick, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like, it's just like I can't take this movie seriously no more, because the Wayans brothers then fucked it up for me. They ruined it. Like, I can't really take certain scenes in this movie seriously, because come on now. But yeah, so she go to her daddy or whatever, and you know, her daddy's like, what he was? Oh, he only got like a 1-bedroom apartment. Was the apartment? Yeah, it was his one bedroom apartment, and the house is all towed up. He got like one of them old ass refrigerators with a whole bunch of TV dinners in there. And she's just like, like her mom, you could tell that her mama always cooked, you know, probably prepared her some bougie food. And you know what I'm saying? Like, literally probably just really just gave her the best. And so now she went from the best to the worst, you know what I'm saying? She in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, she over here forced to eat Swanson TV dinners. She got to go to, I don't know, I think they try to make it seem like it was an all black school, but I guess it was. Maybe it's a predominantly black school or whatever, but I don't know. The way that they presented, this school, I don't know. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like how high school was. I went to like a predominantly black school too. And then kind of not, because I feel like it wasn't really technically, they didn't mimic my generation, but I feel like I can see that happening in like my older sister time, you know what I'm saying? Because that was back when they had the Nokia phones. You know, it was it was a couple of people in the hallway with the Nokia phones, and they were here yelling and being ratchet and shit. So I feel like the Nokia phone high school era was definitely like my big sister era. My high school era was the flip phone, Razor, BlackBerry era. Okay, so it wasn't, I don't really know if we was all that loud and crazy with the cell phones like that. I don't feel like I don't feel like that was the case with my generation. So I kind of feel like it was accurately depicted, but kind of not. Maybe a little tad bit over exaggeration. But anyway, she goes to this school. The principal that saw her in the hallway was like, let me know if this is your something. Let me know if you have any problems or whatever. Oh, her daddy wanted to walk her in there. She was like a kid or something. And she was like, Roy. And she didn't even call her daddy dad. I guess he ain't in her life like that apparently. So she was like, Roy, I can take myself to school. Like, I was like, okay. But yeah, so back to she going to her class or whatever, and I think the principal was giving her schedule, I think. So yeah, so she go to the class, and that's where she meets Derek. And now, you know what, Snooki, now ever since Jersey Shore came out, Snooki don't seem like that's Snooki don't seem like that's an accurate depiction of, I mean, it don't seem like Snooki don't seem like that's like his name. It don't seem like it seemed like that's wrong or something. Like, are you sure his name was Snooki? But his name was Snooki from the, what is it? I forget. And don't you ever forget, I forget what he said. But yes, I guess it was Snooki, but it just sounds like it's wrong because of Jersey Shore, like Snooki from Jersey Shore. But anyway, that's when she meets Derek and Snooki. And And they talking about Truman Capote, and the teacher calls on Snooki because he over here, probably being smart. So he was like, he called on him. He was like, tell me who he was. You know who Truman Capote was? The Capote. Oh, do you know why? He asked him some type of question about Capote, and he was like, the Compote dude. He was like Capote. Anyway, he just made up some dumbass answer to answer him, and of course he was wronger than wrong. And then of course, Sarah raised her hand, and she answers it, and then Derek was like, yeah, but that's only half of it. You know what I'm saying? He just seemed like he one of them people that just think he know it all. I can't stand those type of people. They just think they know it all. Like, couldn't you let that girl live? You just couldn't let her live. Like, you just, yeah, that's half of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be right. Like, I guess he got a reputation or something, so he had to protect or whatever. I don't know. But I feel like he didn't have to do all that. But anyway, so I think that was it. Was it after class that she was going to her locker and she put her bag on the floor, and Chanel, that's when she met Chanel, and she picked it up. It was like, see how easy that was for somebody to pick up your shit. And so don't leave your stuff on the floor. Don't do that. And so she was like, okay. So she was putting her stuff up. Next thing you know, she turned around to introduce herself, and Chanel is gone. Chanel been gone about her business. So what happened after that? I think she went to lunch. That's when she went to lunch. She was trying to figure out where she wanted to sit at or whatever. She ended up sitting with the nerds. Chanel came and got her and saved her or whatever, and introduced her to her crew or whatever. And let me see what else happened. So yeah, I don't know. I think she was I think, who was it, Steps? No, the gym. I think it was the gym scene, I think. And they was looking at her do her thing, like with on the balance beam, and they was like, damn, whatever. So anyway, they ended up like, well, you seem like you got some nice moves or whatever. You wanna come to the spot we hang out at called Steps, And she was like, yeah, sure. She'll, all right, I'll pick you up or whatever. And when she came, Sarah had on what she had on. She felt like, you don't meet the attire. But before that, though, I think they had to have Snooki hook her up, right? So she was like, it's gonna cost $20 for Snooki to get you an ID. And she's like, what you need $20 for? ID. so yeah, that happened, and then they ended up going to Steps or whatever. And I don't know. First of all, this Derek dude, when she does when Chanel does get her together, she ends up using her friend's car to get her according to the club attire. And then when she get her together, they go up in there. I think that's when she meets Nikki or whatever, and they have that whole exchange. But when Sarah was down there trying to order her a drink, and here come Derek smart ass talking about some. She was like, oh, I just take a beer or anything. She's like, well, if you really drink, you wouldn't do that, or you wouldn't just order anything if you really drank. Like, first of all, y'all are high schoolers. Y'all are all under 21. First of all, why would she really drink? But it's a lot of people that really do drink. But that ain't the way it's supposed to be. Like, first of all, like, I'm 17. Of course, I don't really drink, but you can't say that because you got a fake ID, so you got to roll with it. But yeah, I just feel like, smart ass nigga. But anyway, what else? But yeah, so I don't know. I guess they get acquainted and they kind of talk about meeting up to practice dance steps or whatever. And the show goes on. You know what I'm saying? The show went on. I don't know. I think, they went to the dance floor. She was like, I thought you're supposed to be dancing circles around me or whatever, remember? And she was like, yeah, okay, girl, no, why would you set yourself up like that? Knowing well you can't dance. I would have made up an excuse or something. But she went to the dance floor and she was looking crazy. She was looking crazy. She ended up bumping heads with him and everything. And I was like, yeah, girl, that didn't work out for you so well, huh? But yeah, so I'm trying to think about this movie. I feel like some of these scenes I got it mixed up back and forth a little bit or whatever. But anyway, after that they walk home. Chanel was like, I can take myself home. We live up the block. let my brother walk you home. He walked her home. They got a little bit more acquainted with each other. Oh yeah, before they went to the club, Sarah found out that Chanel had a baby by somebody who wasn't in high school. By somebody who wasn't in high school. I never thought of, I don't think I thought about that back in the day. Like how Chanel had a baby by somebody who was old enough to not be in high school. You know, I never thought about that. Like statutory. But anyway, she had a baby. Her mama, her grandma, yeah, her grandma had to watch the baby. But Mama Dean, that's what she called it, Mama Dean. But yeah, so they end up going to the club. So fast forward to they leaving the club, and you know, Chanel walks herself home. She tells Derek to walk Sarah home. They get acquainted or whatever. And I don't know, I think he kind of felt like he was like feeling her. They was feeling each other or whatever. So she ended up calling her friend, and she was like, I think I met someone. And her friend was like, they got white guys at your school? And she was like, no. I met this cool ass black dude or whatever. I think I'm kind of feeling him. I know, right? And she was like, oh my goodness. Like, girl, you live in the ghetto now. Like, do you ever see anybody? Have you ever seen somebody get shot before? And I was like, her friend childish. Her friend childish as hell for that. But yeah, she was like, oh my goodness, I just want to pray for you. Like, her friend, oh my gosh, she's just something else. But yeah, so she had that. She updated her friend, and I think that's when she went to. After that, she went to go meet up with Derek to find somewhere to do practice dancing or whatever. And I guess the session went well. So when they was leaving, when they was getting ready to leave, she did some type of dance move or whatever to try to be smart, and then he did something. Well, no, he did something first. And then she was like, oh, for real? So she did some type of ballet move. And he was like, oh, what's that about? She's like, I don't want to talk about it. He was like, is that why you did it? Because you don't want to talk about it? So then that ends up spilling over to where they get in a bus stop. And, you know, he tell her about him and Malachi's history. She was like, why do you hang out with him? Y'all don't match. You know, Malachi's scary and you're not, and yada yada, whatever. And he was like, well, you know, we different or whatever. Like, you know, that's always gonna be my boy. You know, we might not always think we might be different, but that's always my boy because, you know, we done been through a lot of shit together, basically. He was like, so what's the deal with you, and you know, whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't know. He was like, so what's up the deal with you and your mom tight and shit? And or no, she said she ended up opening up about her mom or whatever. And he was like, oh, sorry to hear that, whatever. So what about your dad? Y'all tight and shit? She was like, yeah, our DNA matches or whatever. So I don't know. I'm trying to think what happens after that. What happened after that? They went. Child, I don't even know. I'm not sure what really happened, but all I know is they probably had another club scene probably, and that's when Nikki went over there to try to dance with her man, and you know she backed up and got mad, and then Derek got into it with Malachi. Did he get into it at that time? I don't know if we get into it with Melta at that time. I can't remember. It's been a while. I feel like for the most part I can remember this movie. scene for scene for the most part. But yeah, so that's when she kind of got into, like, she kind of didn't like Nikki or whatever, and she was like, you know, I think they end up she ended up hitting her with the ball in gym or whatever. They get in a fight. You know, Nikki give her not a black eye, but like a bloody mark above her eye or whatever. Derek, of course, comes to check on her. She was like, damn shit. And, you know, the daddy is like, you know, you better get him out of here. She's like, come back another time. So, but yeah, so I don't know. And then, you know, you got Chanel dealing with her baby daddy problems. And so, of course, Sarah goes and meets Chanel at her baby's doctor's appointment. And Chanel is just, you know, she's kind of got an attitude problem because of her baby daddy, just her situation. So of course, Sarah came there wrong time, wrong place, wrong time, whatever you want to call it, and Chanel was like, well, oh, she was like, I heard, so I guess your dad heard about the fight or whatever. He's like, yeah, I told him what happened. I told him about Nikki or whatever. Oh, so you put it on her. I told you what happened. She was like, well, Nikki ain't had no business getting all up in your face, but she did have reason to say what she said because when they got into it, Nikki was like, white girls like you creeping up, taking our men. The whole world. Some I don't even remember what the whole line was, but she. If y'all seen the movie, y'all seen the movie. She basically saying that you just think you white, so you got to be right, and you come here and take the few decent men that we got left. You're kind of like what Chanel said. You come here and you take the few decent men we have left after jail, drugs, and drive-by. That is what Nikki meant with you up in our world. Taking our the little few men that we got in our ghetto neighborhoods that's actually planning on getting up out the ghetto and making something of themselves. Here you come taking them, swooping them up. Here you come white, so you got to be right and take some of the few decent men we got left. So I don't know how y'all feel about that. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely an eye-opener for a lot of people. But yeah, so so anyway, Sarah's like, what the, yo, you tripping. So she leaves. And then, of course, later, Chanel ends up telling Derek while they outside playing with the baby in the cold. I said something to Sarah. What did you say? I kind of told her about Nikki having a point about, black men and white women or whatever. You said, what? Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's what it was. They had went on a date. He took her to, the ballet thing, and she didn't really seem like she was having a good time. They talked about it, and she opened up about her mom or whatever. But yeah, I think I skipped that. But yeah, so he was like, "You said what?" And so he tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because he went to go see her because I think before that, once they had got into a fight after the doctor's appointment thing, she was like, I don't think we should, got into, they kind of broke up basically. And so he was tripping off the breakup and he went over there to tell Malachi that he down for whatever he's planning on doing to, the other side of town dudes or whatever, his enemies. So everybody tripping off everybody at this point, shoot. So next thing you know, he, realizes that, Sarah wasn't really tripping for nothing. She was saying what she said because his sister made her feel some type of way. So of course he goes to find her. He looks at the time or something, realize she must already be going to her audition, that he was supposed to be there to see her or whatever. So he goes, he see her audition, and yeah, that's pretty much it for real bad. I don't know. I wonder how much of this movie I actually missed in here. I think for the most part, I'm just doing this off on the rip. I ain't seen this movie in years. But, yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's all I can remember for now. But anyway. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Like, I feel like I'm seeing, I don't know if this thing is wrong or whatever, but I feel like I'm seeing people pop in and pop out. So like, I guess it's the time that I can dialogue with y'all. Do y'all like this movie? What other movies do y'all like? I'm kind of new a little bit to these lives for real because I'll be kind of shy a little bit or whatever. But I'll be kind of new to these lives a little bit. So I'm kind of thinking about doing like movie reviews or whatever, or just my thoughts on certain movies as a way of kind of breaking that and giving me like a little something to go live about, because I really don't be feeling like doing, talking about what everybody else be talking about on here, like the politics, the relationship, battle of the sexes, religion type stuff. I just feel like I be wanting to lay low and catch nostalgic vibes. You know what I'm saying? Just catch some nostalgic vibes up in this mug. So I don't know. Oh, how long was I talking about that? Jeez, I feel like that was a wow. I don't know. I think I might get on off here and come back some other time because what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't want to do that. I don't think I want to do that. Um, okay. How do I do that? Oh wow, hold on. Wait, can I do that? Okay. That was weird. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's it for now. I don't know. We'll see if this how this audio was. I'm not. Hopefully, y'all could hear me the whole time.